Training for the New York City Marathon is a little daunting at this stage of my life because we have a baby coming. I'm in school full time. The world is starting to open back up, so I'm starting to travel again to do events in person, and I got to run. But the reality is, like, it doesn't scare me as much because I think about 9 years ago when I was training for the New York City Marathon. It didn't happen because it got canceled because of Hurricane Sandy. But I just think about the training, how I was able to get the training done in the mix of me writing a book. A baby was born that year. I was on the road nonstop. I think that year I was on the road at least 250 days out of the year. And I just remember like getting to a certain city and having to run. Like I only had a short window to be in that city and I still had to get my run in. And so I was able to do it. I got up to 18 miles of my training, which I felt, pretty confident and comfortable about. So now it's just like, okay, like, yeah, it's daunting that I'm doing this in the mix of so much happening in my life, but kind of done it already. Like, so it's not, the biggest thing that scares me right now, and I'll use the word scare, and I'm okay with admitting that, is physically. 9 years ago, I was 29 years old. Now, I'm 38 years old. And so my body has taken a toll over the years. Just from traveling, running. I experienced knee pains after my last half marathon, which was 4 years ago, and they noticed that I had sort of cartilage damage and around my knees and suggested that I should probably not do distance running. So I followed that for 4 years, just doing a little bit of short runs here and there, nothing really long. So that's the thing now, is like, well, okay, I gotta be smart this time. I have to protect my body, I have to strengthen my legs, strengthen my glutes, strengthen my hamstrings, strengthen my core, strengthen my back. So this time, it's not gonna be specifically just running. I wanna incorporate cross training, which is something I didn't know before that's equally as important. So I gotta make time for that too. That's the part that freaks me out a little bit, because I'm like, I'm gonna have a lot of time dedicated to running. Now I gotta carve out some other time to do cross training, even if it's a little bit. That's where I start to sweat.